He also told them a parable. Can a blind person guide a blind person? Will not both fall into a pit? A disciple is not above the teacher, but everyone who is fully trained will be like his teacher. Why do you see the splinter in your brother's eye, but do not notice the wooden beam in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, let me take out the splinter in your eye, when you yourself do not see the wooden beam in your own eye? You hypocrite! First take the wooden beam out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the splinter out of your brother's eye. For no sound tree bears rotten fruit, nor again does a rotten tree bear sound fruit. For every tree is known by its own fruit. For figs are not gathered from thorn bushes, nor are grapes picked from a brambles. The good person out of the good treasure of the heart produces good, and the evil person out of evil produces evil. For out of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaks. Good morning. Welcome to a short biblical reflection on the Gospel according to Luke chapter 6, verses 39 up to 45. It is the Gospel reading for 8th Sunday in Ordinary Time, Year C. The text of our reading is treated as three different sayings, three parts. However, we can link the first part with the last one, and the second part we can treat as an extension of the first part, because the blindness mentioned in the first part is illustrated by the wooden beam in the eye of the one who wants to take out the splinter of his brother's eye. In order that he will be able to do it, he has to take out the wooden beam from his eyes, because otherwise he's blind. He will not do it properly. So he's the blind guide that is guiding another blind person. And now that text also, especially the first part, is saying also about the possibility that the blind person can also become a disciple, and if it is open to correction, then can become fully trained and become like his teacher. And that aspect we can connect with the Word of God, because the teacher is the one who reads and proclaims and explains the Word of God, while a disciple is the one who has to hear this Word and also read it. If that person is not hearing it and also is not reading it, can become only a blind guide for others. And now, this blind guide we can compare with that rotten or evil tree, because also in our text, in verses 43 and verse 45, in Greek text they are used different adjectives. Therefore, I translated them differently, trying to differentiate them. By the way, many English translations just do not distinguish those adjectives, but for example, the New Jerusalem Bible has it. So the New Jerusalem Bible translates it as I did it. That sound tree, that no sound tree bears rotten fruit, and then the good person out of good treasure of the heart produces good, while the evil person out of evil produces evil. We can say that we have nuances. That, for example, the sound tree, it is an adjective in Greek meaning also good, but points out more external goodness. While the other adjective concerning to the good person refers to internal goodness. So we have that complementarity. And that complementarity is stated also in those two general sayings, verse 44. For every tree is known by its own fruit. So in the internal goodness or evil is known outside. And especially the last saying said it even more explicitly. For out of the abundance of the heart, his mouth speaks. So if there is goodness in that person, that goodness will be shown outside by those fruits. And also, if there is evil in that person, that evil also will be visible. Let us see also another presentation. We could add also the last verses of chapter 6 of the Gospel according to Luke, because, by the way, they are not included in the lectionary in the following Sunday, in 9th Sunday of Ordinary Time, and we read them. Why do you call me Lord, Lord, and not do what I tell you? Everyone who comes to me and hears my words and does them, I will show you what he is like. He is like a man building a house, who dug deep and laid the foundation upon rock. And when a flood arose, the stream broke against that house and could not shake it, because it had been well built. But he who hears and does not do them is like a man who built a house on the ground without a foundation, against which the stream broke, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. Those two sayings are complementary to our text, especially because they link especially with the first part, that the blind person is represented now by that one who hears the word of God but does not do them, while the teacher is linked to the one who hears the words of God and does them. So now the one who does those words is also represented and linked to the sound tree, which we could also translate generally, as many translations do, as the good tree, because in fact we have the same adjective as in the concluding statement concerning the one who hears the word and does them, that his house had been well built. We have this translation of adjective here as well. So we have that complementarity. On one side, at the beginning, is about seeing properly, reading the word of God, and the last part is the matter of hearing the word of God. I would like to wish you a nice day, a nice reflection on this gospel reading. God bless you.